Good evening. It is 6 p.m. on Monday, December 30th, 2024, and I'd like to call the City Council meeting to order. We'd like to begin by inviting Pastor Troy Garner of the Fellowship of Faith Church forward for the invocation.
Second Samuel 7 and 12 says, Samuel named the place Ebenezer, saying, thus far the Lord has helped us. Let us pray. On this last city council meeting for 2024, we pause to say, like Samuel, it was the Lord who helped us. Thank you for being our Ebenezer. It was your grace that has sustained us. Thank you for being a blessing to this great city of Madison. Continue to cause Madison to flourish. Thank you for Mayor Finley. Continue to give him wisdom and vision to lead. Continue to bless the council persons and their respective districts. Tonight, may the agenda be productive and pleasing in your sight. In the name that is sovereign and supreme, we pray. Let everyone say amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Finley.
Here.
Councilmember Robleski.
Here.
Councilmember Spears.
Here.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Shaw.
Here.
Councilmember Bartlett.
Here.
Councilmember Denzine.
Here.
Councilmember Seifert.
And we have a quorum present. Next, we have approval of minutes number 2024-12-WS.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Ready for a vote.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council President Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Robleski.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
And the motion passes. Next, minutes number 2024-23-RG.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second, any discussion? Ready for a vote.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Robleski.
Aye.
Council President Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Abstain.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
And the motion passes. Next, we have presentations and awards from the Madison Fire Department.
Yeah.
Good evening. We have 3 presentations tonight for the fire department. The first presentation is going to be for promotions. We've been shifting towards doing recognizing promotions one time a year, and it's usually in the December council meeting. So we have 2 promotions for 2024 that we would like to recognize. We have Chris Joy and Cody Nowakowski. They were promoted to driver on March 18th of this year. They competed in a rigorous assessment center process with their peers that included an oral interview, street driving, pump scenario, and a written test. So we would like to recognize and congratulate them by having a family member come up and pin their badge. Congratulations, Chris and Cody. All right, the next is the awards ceremony. So we have 3 awards, life-saving awards tonight. The Star of Life is awarded to someone who is successful in saving a life while medical interventions are being performed. also defined as someone who survives and is discharged from the hospital. The unit citation is an award to someone who acts as part of the crew or team that provides alternative support outside to those actively engaged in saving a life during a fire, rescue, or medical emergency. On October 2nd, 2024, Squad 3 and Engine 3 responded to a call for chest pain. Firefighter Pucciarelli rode in with Himsey at their request due to the nature of the call. While en route to Huntsville Hospital, the patient went into cardiac arrest. Firefighter Pucciarelli and Himsey AMT Solavicek? Okay, we'll go with that. Began CPR and administered meds. They were able to obtain a pulse, and he began breathing on his own before they arrived at the hospital. Himsey EMT Pearson Clay was driving when the patient went into cardiac arrest. She continued transport while they were working on the patient, and they safely arrived at the hospital. The patient was released with no deficits. So tonight, for the Star of Life, is Firefighter Peter Pucciarelli and AEMT Luke Solavicek. We'll go with that. And for unit citation, it's going to be EMT Ashley Pearson Clay. Thank you all. Good job. All right, last is going to be the 2025 Firefighter of the Year. Last year, we began selecting the Firefighter of the Year in December for the following year. This allows us to have a standing selection for any organization that wants to hold an award ceremony for first responders. The Madison Fire and Rescue Firefighter of the Year for 2025 is driver paramedic Ryan Leadford. Ryan has been with us for 9 years and was promoted to driver 2 years ago. We received several nominations for Ryan that range from his battalion chief to his peers. We will save the write-up for the Rotary Club recognition in May, but a few of the highlights include he's currently attending the Alabama Public Safety Leadership Academy through the Alabama Fire College. He has participated in or headed several projects and committees. One being he led and completed research on the 4896 shift schedule that we would like to implement. He completed his captain task book this year, can now work as a stand-in captain. He is a part of the training team that works with new hires to prep them for recruit school, and then again when they graduate recruit school. So please join us in congratulating Ryan Leadford as Madison Fire's 2025 Firefighter of the Year.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you to everyone here to celebrate these awards. Next, we have public comments. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. When you approach the dais, we ask that you state your name and the district where you reside. As a reminder, in 2021, this council passed a public participation policy. That policy states, disruptive behavior, including the use of profanity, threats, or vulgar or threatening gestures are not proper for city council meetings. Speakers who are disruptive may be removed from the city council chambers. We will begin public comments with those who have turned in comment cards. The first name, B.B. Ochin.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm back again about the ceramics. I don't think you all know all that has happened up there. I think it's back going now. I don't know. I haven't been back. I still haven't done anything since October. But I want you to know, and I want the public that's watching here to know some things. And what bothers me is I hope something like this hasn't happened somewhere else in some other buildings, that the city hadn't known about it. The only way you know about it now is because I happen to take ceramics. Okay. If I'm building a house and I find a 110 plug where a 220 plug should be, I will get my builder of that house and I will say, hey, all the wires in this house properly put, or they put it for all the right 220s I need, or this, that, and the other. Evidently, this was not done in this case, because when the plug was used, it blew all the fuses. So that is something that the city should have looked into. Okay, I moved from one house in Madison to another house in Madison. And in the process of moving, I paid to have an inspection done on my house. They found some things that when I paid for it, they found some things that needed to be done, and they were done. Now, I don't know whether the ceramics was inspected or not, but if it was not inspected correctly. And it bothers me, it scares me to think that some other things around here were like that. I don't know what it was. I don't know who was supposed to inspect it. I'm not an electrician. Okay, that's done. Now I want to do real quick if I can about Shantytown. I've mentioned something about this before, about the R4. I feel like the R4 needs to be changed so we don't have shantytowns built all over Madison with the rest of the R4s here. If I had been on this council, I would have seen that R4 was changed so that that would not happen in this city again, because it's not something you want to happen here. And also, the trees. They destroyed trees there that were as older than the city. They also, if I was on this council, I would have gotten a tree ordinance where if you tear down one tree, you put up two that is not present in part of the city limits of Madison. I just don't know why. You know, it's been 2 years building this shack back here, and I don't know why something hadn't been done before now, but I would appreciate somebody changing that so that it doesn't happen again in the city. Thank you.
Thank you. The next comment card was filled out by Tammy Bergreen.
My name is Tammy Bergreen. I live at 11750 Bergreen Road, Madison. I have a question and a comment. My comment is resolution number 2024-430-R that's coming up later tonight. This has already been denied twice by two different councils, so my question is, how many times can something be presented before it's like put to bed and not brought up again?
Okay, thank you. We'll address that when that item comes up. Thank you, Ms. Bergreen. Next, we have Jocelyn Brower.
Jocelyn Brower, D4, Taylor's Crossing. And I had some of the same questions as Tammy. I was caught off guard that this was a resolution again tonight. Thank you for clarifying a little before the meeting. Again, how many times can this come up? I was just at the last planning meeting where it was voted down there. And let's see, so it's resolution 2024-430-R. Sorry, I just got back from vacation in Florida. I'm still there in the lake watching the sunset and having a great time. But I would urge you to vote no to this resolution for all the reasons you voted this down recently. Nothing has changed, and it was recently presented again at planning, which I just said. And I want to thank you for the comprehensive plan, the Madison on Track 2045. It's been some great holiday reading. I know I'm a geek, but I've really enjoyed it. And I have lots of notes from that plan, and that would back up this no vote as well. So I do appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brewer. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council? Please come forward. Yes. I see you back there, and I'll take her first. Go ahead. You go right ahead. You're a little closer.
Sit down, sure.
You just tell us your name and your district.
Jacqueline Peters, District 6. This is my third time to ask you to stop the agreement with Main Street, Alabama, which is really Main Street America because their hidden intention is to make downtown Madison a stronghold for people who practice sex in a certain way. Main Street is owned by the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Now, American Family has the same name of a group that does the same thing called Main Street America. They send in volunteers to do the same thing, but this one is owned by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, whose main goal is to strangle downtown Madison and many other Alabama cities and many cities elsewhere with communist ideas to force others to bow to the altar of sexual practices. This ideology is already becoming flagrant downtown Madison. We now have pink inclusive trees amongst our Christmas trees. A downtown owner is proudly displaying one of them. Another downtown store owner is selling the book RuPaul, a bio of a drag queen. This owner also protested against Moms for Liberty at the Madison Library. See your exhibits A and B. This is who you have downtown, buying businesses. Also, beware the murals that you voted in. They have a hidden agenda. This group that I'm talking about uses murals to depict their history and memorialize some adherents. Harvey Milk and others are often on these murals. Oh, right now, it looks really good. I mean, they've got up, what do they have there? Butterflies and a train? No, this group uses murals. They're using them throughout the United States at these cities that we're talking about that are involved in Main Street. More murals are going to come, and they're going to force downtown shoppers to always be reminded of the sex practices of others. The majority of Madison residents don't want this. Get the National Trust for Historic Preservation out of the city and, out of this administration. They get $150 million from the federal government, and then they have all kinds of individual donors. Please go and look at these sites. I'm telling you the truth. And, go look at, Main Street America. All these things I tell you are true. We don't want this to happen downtown. Now, this owner that I'm talking about, who has the RuPaul drag...
Sorry, but you're
book.
out of time. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Anderson, I believe you had your hand up next.
Yeah, I'm Mark Anderson, 2410 L&N Drive. I'm a real estate broker and developer. Since 1983, I've developed over 3,000 lots for builders to buy and build residential homes. On the agenda, you do have the resolution to set for public hearing the 90 acres on Bowers Road that we've been working on for the last several months. As you know, the property was annexed in 2009, zoned ag, and we're asking for R2 cluster zoning. The rezoning is recommended for approval from the staff and originally approved by the Planning Commission this past August. City Council approved a developer agreement in September and set it for a public hearing in October. But after public comments, the Council ultimately voted not to approve the zoning at that time. There have been numerous comments at each meeting. As an experienced developer, I always respect surrounding property owners and their property rights. I'd like to quickly review just a few things that have been discussed, mainly the drainage. The discussion of the adjoining property to the south of the property currently sits anywhere from 2 to 7 feet higher than our property, and that property has about 17 acres that actually is draining onto our property now. But our engineers will complete a design. It'll have a detention pond, and the detention pond will be designed to capture our drainage as well as the drainage that's coming from the south property. There was discussion about traffic concerns along Bowers Road. I hired a traffic engineer, spent several $1,000s, and he says no turn lane is needed, and there's no negative traffic impact that would be caused as a result of our development. Madison Utilities has also provided me with a will serve letter for sanitary sewer to the property. Madison Utilities contacted the landowner across the street about acquiring an easement to gravity the line to the creek and tie at that point. If that option doesn't work, then a low-pressure force main would be designed to run along the right-of-way. So sewer is available to the property with no cost to the city of Madison. And lastly, with respect to the schools, this property was part of the West Side Master Plan and was allocated for future development. So in closing, I just want to say I respect every surrounding property owner. I've been in the business 42 years. I think we meet the city's current growth policy with respect to the requested zoning. And once the rezoning is in place, then at that time, our full plans will come in to review and be scrutinized and either approved or denied for development at that time. So I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council?
And I do have some
Sure, I can get those passed around. There, and then I'll go this way.
Margie Daly, Marion Drive, Karen's District. So, since it's the new year, I'd like to go over some things that the city did for us in 2024. So, they purchased every large commercial property for sale in Madison City, even an unheard of half a building, while singly inflating commercial property values. Also, parking lots, we inflated those prices. Our elected officials then bonded $150 million on top of our other debts. The street lights were removed. We have no lights in our neighborhood. I've been talking on this for years, but obviously my council person has a tickled brain, okay? If you read the specs on the lights, it states pole area in between poles and about sidewalks. That's on the first paragraph in the specs. I sent it to everyone here. Okay, so we still need lights fixed in our neighborhoods. Okay, the mayor and council requested a list from the neighbors on the unsafe areas with the subpar lighting where black holes were left. It was submitted 12/20/23. I complained, sent 40 emails, spoke at council meetings on the unsafe lights dozens of times, and in 2 years, my council person did nothing. Thank you. On the record, I continue to be ignored by the council and mayor on dozens of freedom of information. I also was the only resident denied to the Civic Awareness Academy, even though they took people from Huntsville. I guess me, living here and being a resident, owning a home for 21 years doesn't count for anything. It's very frustrating when your representative ignores you, ignores your emails, and then states in public that, I didn't send emails or I didn't do what somebody else did. Well, this is our time to come and speak about our issues. Anyway, I'm going to say this. We have a new president coming. DEI is out. NOGs are out. The NGOs, I see you have several on there tonight getting money. The reason they create NGOs is so they don't have to follow what the government says the money has to do. So when the city takes it, they have to follow what the federal government says. But when you hand it to these NGOs and they get their 9.6%, they don't care. They can do anything they want with the money. Also, we could forget about the women's locker room because we are no longer going to have DEI in this country. It's going to be gone because President Trump is taking it out on January 20th. And all these programs, the Main Street, and all this here, developer back here that's DEI, they're going.
Thank you, you're out of time.
Thank you, Lord.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council? Seeing none, we will close public comments and move to the consent agenda and Finance Committee report.
Okay, today at 5 o'clock, we had a Finance Committee meeting, and Margie attended. But anyway, so the Finance Committee has reviewed the regular and periodic bills. Also, I wanted to call out that we have on the consent agenda, we have our annual appropriations at the community-free dental clinic, the Getting Real About Mental Illness, HEALS clinics, Madison County Health Department, Liberty Learning Foundation, and we're also accepting some settlements from our Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation for some vehicles that were damaged. And then we've got some disposition of a washer and dryer from the fire department that's going to be disposed of through GovDeals. We've got Microsoft licensing agreement renewal, property usage agreement for police emergency driving training with doing business as Dunlop Tires. I'm not going to try and say that. We've got the authorization of Parks and Recs to get the kiddie pool fixed. We're going to solicit the bids for the Palmer Park pedestrian bridges, and a couple of other minor things. We've got some donations, one to the Safe Haven Baby Box and a couple to the Senior Center and to the Fire Department Foundation. And with that, I will move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Spears,
Aye.
Councilmember Robleski,
Aye.
Councilmember Pro Tem Bartlett,
Aye.
Councilmember Powell, Councilmember Shaw, Councilmember Denzine.
And I note that Greg Shaw abstained.
Noted.
This vote.
Or recused.
Recused.
Next, presentation of reports, beginning with Mayor Finley.
I just have one, and that's to thank everybody in the city for all of their help during the Christmas season for the Christmas activities. I think we did a great job this year. There's a lot of people that put a lot of time into all of that, and especially our team that kept us safe when it comes to any of the activities, especially the parade, which in turn takes a lot of folks. So thanks to everyone who put the time in. It was a great season, and we're looking forward to a great 2025. And with that said, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mayor. District 1.
The only thing I have is just to wish everyone a happy new year and to please be careful tomorrow, New Year's Eve, and wish everyone the best for a happy and healthy 2025. That's all I have.
District 2.
Yes, that's all I have, is to wish everybody a happy new year and thank you for all you've done this year. Thank you to our citizens and our staff here at the city. I mean, have a lot of people that volunteer, a lot of people that work for the city who go above and beyond.
Thank you. District 4.
No new business.
6.
Now, I'd just like to add my thanks to all those that made this such a great holiday season. Appreciate everyone's activities, being involved. It's always a family. It's always a family in Madison, and that's wonderful. I'd just like to wish everybody a very happy new year. Merry too. Let's all be happy going into it. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, and I have no new business for District 5, so we will move to department reports, beginning with engineering.
Straighten that out if you want to.
Okay, first tonight I have resolution number 2024-413R. This is authorizing change order number 2 to an agreement with Miller & Miller Incorporated to construct a temporary road for public use during construction of project 22024. That's the Mill Road road stabilization project. The change order amount is $345,711 to be paid from Fund 38.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Any questions?
I have one question. So does this mean then that Mill Road will not be closed and we will have a temporary road where people will be able to drive east to west on Mill Road? I couldn't find that in the agenda packet.
So this is going to build a temporary bypass road, 2-lane bypass road, but it's not going to be able to, it's going to reduce the amount of time that the road has to be closed, but not make it zero. There's going to be some closure time for when they have to tie this road into Mill and then to take it out. There's also going to be some time where very close to the bridge on this end, the eastern end of the project, because it's so close, he can't make the road come all the way down that far. So we're going from where it was going to be a maximum of a year closure down to a maximum of 3 months, and with the possibility of making it much less.
Excellent. Thank you so much for reworking that. That is huge.
Okay.
And to just clarify, this ditch is near where Balch Road terminates into Mill Road.
This is between Balch Road, starting there and then coming back east.
Yes. So it is, but it's close to Balch Road is what I was saying,
Yes,
as opposed to close to here.
that's right.
Okay.
Yes. It's closer to Balch Road than the City Hall, yes.
Very good.
Any other questions?
I have a question. Will they not start this till Browns Ferry is open?
Well, they may be able to start this sooner as far as building the construction, building the temporary road. They might be able to start that a little bit sooner. It's a little bit of a different crew. I talked to the contractor, Matt Mullins, this afternoon. He said the earliest they'd probably be able to start is a couple of weeks, probably the latest, first part of February. Browns Ferry Road, we're looking at hoping to be able to finish that by February, mid-February, something like that. So it's going to be close to about the same time, but the two roads shouldn't be closed at the same time, if that's what you're
Sure
asking.
they don't? Can we,
Yeah, they won't close Mill Road in the first phases of this.
Okay. That's good.
very good.
I'll make a note to ask him to make sure we don't have them both closed. They're not really on the same detour route, but I'll make a note to let him know.
Okay.
They really are kind of on the same detour route. I mean, it will definitely help people to get to the west side of town by being able to go Browns Ferry Road
Yeah,
versus
both those
Mill
are
Road.
closed. It's going to cause, Anyway, thank you.
Good. That's good news.
Anything else? All right, I think we're ready for a vote.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes. Next.
Great. Next, I have resolution number 2024-433R. This is authorizing a professional services agreement with SNME for environmental consulting services for FY 2025 wet weather monitoring, not to exceed $18,040, to be paid from the engineering stormwater budget. That's Fund 11.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes. Next.
All right, finally, I have resolution number 2024-439R. This is authorizing a maintenance services agreement with Sweeping Corporation of America for annual street sweeping, not to exceed $76,675.74, to be paid from the stormwater fund.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, any questions?
Do we know about when they're going to start, just so we can let our people know and get the word out?
They usually do that in second, third week of January-ish, something like that, but we'll send something up to communications and we'll make sure it gets out.
Perfect, thank you.
Have people not park in the street that week.
Exactly, yes.
Any other questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes. Thank you. Facilities and grounds.
Facilities Department has one resolution for your consideration tonight, Resolution 2024-438R, approving a contract agreement with Structural Remodeling LLC for exterior repairs and roof replacement on the Farley-Wann House for $75,000, to be paid for $73,000 out of the capital outlay and $2,000 from the Planning Department special account.
Do we have a motion?
Move to approve?
Have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Discussion.
Will this
Questions?
stabilize the house so that it will get no further damage?
This will stabilize the roof structure and keep the house from leaking, which is causing deterioration inside the house currently. There still has to be structural work done later to the porch and some of the foundation work, but this just keeps it from deteriorating any further as far as the roof structure goes.
Do we have estimates on how much that other work is going to be?
We have not put that out to bid yet, no.
Does it appear to be extensive?
Well, we talked about this, and we were given a ballpark figure months ago that this whole project would be close to like $300,000 or $400,000. So, I mean, this is kind of within the parameter with the roof that we kind of expected, right?
Well, when we were given, so go back a step, so when we were given the property, we were also given $100,000. This 73,000 of that comes from what we were given, the 2,000 comes from Mary Beth's budget. And then what it does is it stops the deterioration of that structure, giving us as, well, you guys as council, but city, the ability to, do we want to add more money to fix it up and make it a historic, something that we would manage, or are we looking to sell it with a roof that's already taken care of? So it's one of the two, but at least it stops the deterioration of something that is needed.
Because there are a lot of contents in there, historical contents.
It is. And we put tarps on it last year, but they just
Yeah.
deteriorated away. That's
No.
not a solution.
Right. It's worth preserving,
We'll
in
have,
my opinion.
we're either going to have to preserve it or it'll fall down on its own one.
Right.
Any other questions? Okay, I think we're ready for a vote.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Second. Is that right? Yeah. Council Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Nay.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes. Thanks, Cheryl. Planning.
Good evening. The first item is Resolution Number 2024-423-R. This is a request to set a public hearing for the zoning of property that is proposed to be annexed. You can see the property crosshatched. It is 0.46 acres and located at 131 Forest Drive, and they're requesting R1A zoning. The hearing date would be February 10th.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes. Next.
Item B is proposed ordinance number 2024-422. This is a first reading, and this would be for the annexation of the property we were just discussing, the 0.46 acres.
Okay.
Item C is resolution number 2024-426-R. This is a request to set a public hearing to zone property to a commercial zone, B3, upon annexation. The property is on the south side of Highway 72, east of Nance Road, and it is 1.4 acres. And the public hearing would be set for February 10th.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Council President Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes.
The next item is proposed ordinance number 2024-425. This is a first reading, and this is for the annexation of the property that we were just discussing, which would be commercial upon annexation.
Okay.
The next item is resolution number 2024-428-R. This is a request to set a public hearing for the zoning of property that consists of approximately 37.72 acres. The zoning request would be from ag to cluster zoning. This property is already in the city limits. It's on the north side of Huntsville-Browns Ferry. You can see it marked, hash marked. It's just east of the Bellawood subdivision. And this proposal just north of Morris Drive. So this is again, a request to set the public hearing for February 10th.
Move to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, motion is second. Any discussion, questions? Ready for a vote? Okay.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes.
The next item is Resolution Number 2024-430-R. This is also a request to set a public hearing. This is for approximately 89.27 acres on the west side of Bowers Road, south of Huntsville and Browns Ferry. This is, request would be to rezone this property from ag to cluster zoning. The public hearing would be on February 10th. This is also the item that was discussed by a number of the speakers during the public comment section that the council had acted on previously. The applicant has reapplied. They went back to the Planning Commission, and the Planning Commission made a negative recommendation for this request, but the applicant has asked to go forward, and you heard the applicant representative earlier this evening as well.
Okay, is there a motion and a second?
Move to set the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Now, questions, discussion?
Yes. Megan, can you answer the question about how many times something can be brought forward?
We currently do not have a limit in our zoning ordinance on how many times an applicant can submit an application to the Planning Commission and all of you to consider rezoning the property.
Okay.
Any other questions? I have one question for Megan. Do you have a recommendation in terms of whether the council should set a public hearing in a matter?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Staff is recommending that this matter proceed to a public hearing in front of the City Council because you all legally have the final decision-making authority on zoning matters. And, when you all hold a public hearing, you may have the opportunity to hear additional information that was not presented to the Planning Commission and that may have made a difference in their decision-making process. So we ask that you afford the property owner the opportunity to be heard.
Thank you. Are we ready for a vote? Go ahead.
Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky?
Aye.
Councilmember Powell? Councilmember Denzine?
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert?
Motion passes. Next.
Next item is proposed ordinance number 2024-442. This is a first reading for the request to vacate a portion of utility and drainage easement in the rear yard at 116 Forest Glade Drive. There'd be approximately 5 feet remaining in that rear yard for utility and drainage easement. Everyone's signed off, and so we'll ask for your approval at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
The next item is proposed ordinance number 2024-441. This is also a request for vacation of a drainage easement. This is on a commercial property on Hughes Road. It's Lot 3B of First Commercial Park. And a portion of this property is in the floodplain, but they're requesting to vacate the portion of the property that's not in the floodplain. So this is kind of a cleanup item that will facilitate the development of this commercial property. This property is located just north of the Circle K on the west side of Hughes Road by Madison Boulevard. Again, this is a first reading. We'll ask for your action at your next meeting. The next item is resolution number 2024-436-R. This is to approve a sidewalk easement and maintenance agreement with Tennessee Valley Communities LLC and the Heritage Hills Homeowners Association. Heritage Hills is a relatively new subdivision. The development agreement for this project was approved by the City Council in 2019, almost 5 years ago. And as part of this project, we required a wider sidewalk, not quite a greenway, but a beefed up sidewalk on the Spine Road on the west side of the project. And that is, almost all of that has been dedicated to the city. However, we had a requirement that the developer was going to have to maintain that area, and so this agreement memorializes that.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Roblesky?
Aye.
Councilmember Powell? Councilmember Denzine?
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert?
Motion passes.
Thank you. And the last item is proposed ordinance number 2024-440. This is also a first reading for vacation of a utility and drainage easement. This is at 102 Still Meadow Drive. It's a residential property. This would be in the rear portion of their lot. And we'll ask for your approval at the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
Police.
Eddie's favorite.
Good evening. We're here for Resolution 2024-421R, and that's accepting a Bureau of Justice Assistance fiscal year 24 Edward Byrne grant in the amount of $17,457 for purchase of a new canine dog. If you remember in a previous council meeting, we had a canine dog that didn't work out for us that we had to end up donating because of some injuries to him, self-inflicted by him, not by us. I want everybody to understand that. And as a result, we could not sell the dog back and had to donate him to another kennel that was able to rehabilitate him. So essentially, this allows us to break even and get a new dog.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Roblesky.
Aye.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell. Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Any miscellaneous announcements?
Just a reminder that the next work session is January 9th.
Okay,
And that's it. Motion to dismiss.
we are adjourned.
Can we find you?
New Year, guys.
Egg.
would be to be yourself, be persistent. If this is what you want to do, work for it. It takes a lot to get to this point, but once you do,